Oeksound just released Soothe 3, and this isn't just a patch update. They've rebuilt the whole algorithm from scratch. If you've been using Soothe 2 in your sessions, there's some things you need to know. Before you upgrade, let's break it down. The biggest change under the hood for Soothe is the algorithm itself. Oeksound has completely redesigned how Soothe detects and cuts resonance. The goal was simple: more transparency, fewer artifacts, and a clearer result. But they didn't also want to throw away what made Soothe 2 so special. So they've kept some of the DNA of Soothe 2 still in there. We'll see how in just a second. Now in Soothe 3, you have two processing modes, soft and hard. Let me explain the differences. Soft mode is the new default. It uses a fully adapted threshold, which means it doesn't care about the input level. It's reading the resonance relative to the whole spectrum. And the result of that is something that Oeksound says sounds far more musical. Fewer weird artifacts, and it will stay transparent even when you push the depth and detail settings hard. But now with the new design soft mode in Soothe 3, it can handle those hard things much more cleanly. When you use hard mode, it's essentially Soothe 2's previous behavior preserved. It reacts to the signal's dynamics and input level, giving you that classic Soothe 2 compressor-like feel that we all got used to, and still allowing you to use the side chain technique that a lot of us have been using, especially when it comes to our kick and bass. Hard mode is definitely the choice to use when it comes to Soothe 3 for those techniques. Now, let's talk about one of the biggest updates for Soothe 3, which is low latency mode. This one is actually a big deal. If you've used Soothe 2 in the past, you'll know that it had huge latency issues, which made it pretty much useless when it came to live tracking. You'd only ever really reach for it for a mixing or mastering session. Soothe 3 though fixes that with their detective low latency mode. We're talking 0 samples at the base sample rate and around 1 millisecond at the highest sample rates. That means you can now run it on a vocal chain during a recording session, or even use it in a live context. That new feature alone opens up a whole new user base for Soothe 3. They've also made a bunch of useful workflow improvements. First, and probably most obvious when you're looking at the user face, is now it only has a single detail knob, which on Soothe 2 used to be 2 separate knobs controlling the sharpness and the sensitivity control. Now it's just one knob, cleaner, faster, and much easier to dial in. The nodes of Soothe 3 have been reworked as well. Instead of having a fixed number of bands, you can now create up to 8 unique bands. All you have to do is just double click anywhere on the reduction graph. And there's also a new bypass node. So if you only want to process a particular frequency range, you can isolate it just like that. Going even further to clean up the aesthetics of Soothe 3, you now have a hideable side panel. So if you want a clean and minimal view with just the key controls, you can now strip it right back, but still have that option of greater control if needed. In that hideable sidebar, there is an all new feature called tilt control. And this is one for all you detail-oriented engineers. You can now apply separate timing and sharpness settings across the frequency range. So for example, a much tighter detail on the high end and a slightly longer attack on the low end. This is super useful for when you're dealing with sources that behave drastically different across the frequency range, like a piano, for instance, or even an orchestra that you've recorded. And finally, one of my favorite new features, Max Cut. Max Cut allows you to set a ceiling for how deep any signal cut goes, even with an aggressive depth setting. This gives you far more control when you need Soothe to work harder, but without cutting too deep. Also, the quality settings have been simplified, with just one setting now controlling how smoothly the filters update, with higher quality meaning smoother but much higher CPU usage. They've also added linear phase processing as an option as well, which is very useful if you're using Soothe in parallel or working with unlinked stereo settings. processing to avoid any panning issues. That says Oeksound themselves said minimal phase will sound better and more natural for most situations. So I would only use linear phase when you really need to use it, not as a default. Soothe 3 is also Oeksound's first plugin to support multi-channel configuration. So if you're working in Atmos or any surround format, you can now use Soothe across the full channel layout with linking options and the ability to scale depth per channel group. This is a massive one for anyone doing a lot of spatial audio work. So to wrap this up, Soothe 3 has a whole new algorithm, 2 main processing modes, low latency for tracking and live situations, much smarter workflow tools, and now multi-channel support for all of you Dolby Atmos mixers out there. If you're still not sold on the update from Soothe 2 to Soothe 3, you can try it out for yourself. I believe Oeksound have a 20-day free trial. I'll drop a link below so you can check it out. And if you have tried it out yet, let me know what you think in the comments or what you're most excited to try out with Soothe 3. And with all that being said, I better get back to mixing and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Say peace. Boom.